Hey guys, welcome back to the Awesome Wrestling Podcast. I'm Frankie.
I'm Chris.
And we are
Awesome
Wrestling. And it is episode 4. Episode 4 of the Awesome Wrestling Podcast. And yeah, so we were going to be talking about Raw and SmackDown like we usually do. And then we will be briefly talking about NXT Deadline, which just happened
Great
last
show
night.
last night.
Yeah, it was an amazing show. We're just going to do it briefly. We're not going to go as in-depth on it as we do on Raw and SmackDown. And then we were going to get into some trivia.
I will be asking Frankie some Saturday night's main event questions.
Yes, because the next pay-per-view that is happening is Saturday night's main event.
Next Saturday.
Yeah, this upcoming Saturday.
Yeah.
So, so he will be giving me the trivia questions on Saturday night's main event. And we haven't done trivia since the first episode.
I know, so.
Because
I think you went 3 for 3.
Yeah, I did.
So you got to keep your streak alive.
Because on episode 2 and 3, we just had a lot going on. We had to talk about Survivor Series and all that stuff. So, we're back with trivia. He's asking me the questions again. And we'll also be getting into the arcade segment, like always, with a new game this time. And we'll
Pretty cool today.
Yeah. I mean, I wonder what it is.
No.
I guess they'll find out in a little bit.
Yeah.
And we'll also be doing Rebook It, like we always do. And, and then we'll be giving you our top 3 moments of the week in professional wrestling. So, yeah, guys, that is the schedule. That's the agenda for episode 4 of the Awesome Wrestling Podcast. So, let's jump right in to Monday Night Raw. Alright, like I said, we were going to be jumping into Monday Night Raw first. And, my God, Raw was really good this week.
Really good show.
It was a very good show. But I'm going to have you take it away. Let us know what happened in the first thing that happened on the show.
First thing that happened on the show, CM Punk came out.
Yes. And I like, just to cut you off really quick, sorry.
That's a real quick cutoff. I got through one sentence.
Yes, but I like how they did, they were showing him, going into the arena.
Yeah.
And then he went all the way.
And he said hi to Jay and Sammy.
Yeah, he said that was cool. But sorry to cut you off. You give me continue.
He came out, talked about, Survivor Series, and then Seth Rollins, much like Frankie cut me off, Seth Rollins cut CM Punk off.
Yeah.
And they had their little
promo.
Couldn't think of the word. War of the words that I was looking for, because they had there are different ways you can finish your story.
Yeah.
CM Punk said.
Yeah, he
teasing his journey to WrestleMania.
He pointed at the invisible WrestleMania sign.
I really should have knocked you out the same day you came back.
Oh yeah, that's what Seth said. That was a really good line.
And then you spent the last 6 months thinking about me. I don't think about you at all. That was my favorite line. CM Punk said that to Seth.
Yeah.
And then me and Frankie were laughing because once they were done lashing at each other, they dropped the mics and both pressed triangle at the same time.
Yeah, so
and they put a little...
Obviously, oh my God. Obviously, if you haven't seen us before we started the podcast, obviously we were a 2K channel.
Yeah.
And obviously we know 2K24, if you press triangle, you just do this.
You get that.
Every single time, and whenever we play, we just press triangle.
Yep. So that's basically
it's
CM Punk and Seth both hit it at the same time.
They both did it at the same time. It was so funny. I caught right onto it. I was like, wait, they did the triangle.
So that was that.
They got into a very fake fight. They were play
They were
fighting.
trying to they were I don't know, it'd be like if you and me were messing around it'd be like one of those pow, I don't know, but I liked it.
They kept missing too.
I liked it. I think it sets up obviously Punk and Rollins.
I can't wait.
Which I hope is the direction they go, even though Roman and Punk seems really fun.
Yeah.
There's no way. They keep with the continuity of Punk coming back, Rollins, giving him the finger at Survivor Series last year.
Yeah. Jeez,
and then
a year ago.
Punk basically stealing Rollins' spot this year in War Games.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's all going to lead to Rollins Punk at WrestleMania, but will be for the title.
I really don't know. I think
it should.
I think it should, but doesn't really need the title because Punk just wants to really just main event WrestleMania.
That's true.
When he came back, that's what he said. So I could see it being for the title. I think that's what's gonna happen. Yeah. But should it be? I really feel that it really doesn't need the title. No, and how do you get it back on Seth?
How do you get it off Gunther?
Exactly. So I really don't think that it is for the title. but
I had a scenario.
I don't think it needs the title, but
I mean, I
I
could
don't
see
think so.
Gunther defending his world title in the Elimination Chamber.
Oh.
And I would say probably Seth would win it.
Yeah.
Now,
heel Seth.
Does Punk win the Royal Rumble?
I don't know.
Now they're giving way too much time to just Raw.
Yeah.
Usually, whoever wins the Rumble and then the Elimination Chambers for the other titles, what it usually is. So I don't know, but I mean, I guess the other side it's what Cody Rhodes and who
Randy. I think.
And
Randy.
then Rock and Roman seems maybe Rock and Roman.
I still think Gunther fights Cena for the world title.
Oh yeah, that too.
I think that's what they're going with to get Cena the 16th world championship in my opinion. But yeah, and then after that, Sami Zayn and Jey Uso, they came out to break up the fight.
Yeah.
And Sami Zayn, he had his own little promo battle with Seth Rollins.
And Rollins was fighting everybody on the roster basically.
And I love this line. It is my favorite line of that and probably the entire night. Sami said that you created the tribal chief when you hit him in the back with a chair 10 years ago. And Seth said, yeah, but you should also take some of the blame because you also hit him in the back with a chair. And it was just amazing. They were just throwing shots at each other, which would eventually lead to a match in the main event, which we will talk about in a little bit here.
Yeah.
So that match happened at the end of the night. But what happened after that?
Damage Control.
Oh, yeah.
Fought Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez.
Yeah. That match was basically a squash match.
Yeah, Rodriguez and Morgan beat them.
Yeah, Raquel, it was so quick. I think they had, no, I don't even know. Yeah, they did have a commercial break, but still, it was so short, that match. And it was kind of just buried them, a little bit. And
also, during the match, Io Sky will fight Liv Morgan at Saturday
I was just about to say, obviously leading up to the match at Saturday night's main event, Liv versus Io. And I think that ought to be pretty good. Eventually, I think Rhea's just going to get, I don't know. It's obviously eventually going to lead to Rhea versus Liv.
Yeah, again, I know we talked about that last time.
Probably first Raw on Netflix is when they'll do that. But also, before that, Judgment Day had a backstage segment.
Yeah, I was just going to get to that.
Oh, was it after? No, I think it was before.
Gunther came by and Finn wanted a world title shot, and instead he said, I want to fight Dom.
Yeah, because
I want to fight Dirty Dom.
Yeah, because he said that Dom deserves it 1,000 times more. Yeah. But they also had a segment before the women's tag match in the clubhouse. They had a segment. Finn basically said that if you listen to Finn, then you'll win, or whatever. It was something like that. Or then the Judgment Day win, and Liv was like, I thought we said we were done with Damian Priest, and he said that's until Dom didn't get the job done.
A note about Finn I read yesterday that they said he is the new locker room leader, and he's in store for a massive push in 2025.
I love that.
So, I mean, I feel like every other year they say Finn Balor's in store for a massive push. Last time he ended up fighting Edge at Hell in a Cell at WrestleMania, which...
And he lost. He should have won that match.
But still, it was the spot for him, you know? So, I don't know what this massive push will lead to, but I guess we'll see.
Yeah, so what happened next?
So next was Dakota Kai versus Katana Chance versus Shayna Baszler. That was for the IC title tournament.
Oh yeah, that was was it the first match of the tournament?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
it was.
So this was obvious that Dakota Kai was winning this.
Yeah.
A lot of people have her winning the entire thing. I love Dakota Kai. She's very talented, but I just don't know if I see her winning this title.
I think it's more of, does Triple H trust her not getting hurt?
Yeah, that's true.
You know, I feel like every time she's about to break through, she tears her ACL again.
Yeah.
That's it's happened 3 separate times now.
Who do you want to win the women's IC title tournament?
I don't know who else is in it.
Oh, wait, yeah. They did release the bracket. Well, here's who I want.
Well, I'm going to look up the bracket right now, and then I will let you know.
Well, I'll tell you who I want to win. I want Lyra Valkyria to win, because I think she definitely deserves it, because, she's shown to the WWE Universe that she is a great talent, and even in her NXT days, she had fire banger matches against, Roxanne Perez, who else? Lola Vice. Yeah. And she beat Becky Lynch for the title as well.
So I'm looking at it here. I'm mad that I think the finals should be Lyra Valkyria versus Kairi Sane.
Yeah.
But
We'll
they're on the
also-
same side of the bracket.
I'll also pop a picture up of the bracket
Yeah.
on screen so you guys know what we're talking
So
about.
I'm guessing. I mean, I could see. I guess it's gonna be Lyra Valkyria. That's my final answer.
I think Lyra Valkyria. Who else is in it?
So the one match was Dakota
Yeah.
Baszler and Katana Chance. The next match,
Which Dakota won, by the way.
Zoe Stark, Raquel, and Caden Carter. Lyra, Zelina, and Ivy Nile.
Wait, Zelina and Lyra. I think those are like two that could win.
Is it Lyra or Lyra?
It's Lyra.
Lyra.
Some people say it like
I
different
don't know.
ways.
And then the last match is Alba Fire, Kairi Sane, and Natalia.
Oh, Natalia's not winning this tournament.
No, but at least she's in it.
Yeah.
Good for her.
So, yeah. So I still have Lyra Valkyria. So you say
I
also
agree.
Lyra Valkyria.
Lyra. And my prediction, I guess we'll get into it later, of the women's U.S.
Oh
title.
yeah. Oh my God.
Still alive.
He's
but
still alive.
We'll get into it later.
I thought
guess.
he was crazy when he said Tiffany
Yeah,
Stratton.
he looked at me like, "Do you even know what's going on in the world of wrestling right now?" I said, "I don't care. I'm picking her." All right, now we move on to one of the biggest segments.
Oh my God. This is probably gonna be the focus point of like the video. It's
10
probably gonna be
years
in the
of
thumbnail.
the New Day.
Yes, and my God, this was like such like a heart pounding moment.
Yeah.
Especially like I've never been like the biggest New Day guy because I feel like I don't know, they're just not for me.
Well,
you know?
see, the problem was when you grew up liking wrestling, they were heels.
No, they
so-
were faces.
Were they faces?
Yeah, they're faces.
Well, no, they had the long title reign.
Oh yeah.
So I feel like that's why. And you were a huge Sheamus and Cesaro fan.
Oh, I
So,
love Sheamus.
And then obviously the Hardys.
Just set the bar. We are the
I
bar.
remember when New Day came out at WrestleMania 33, and I said, I hope they don't put themselves in the
Oh
ladder
my
match.
God.
I really hope it's the Hardy Boys.
That
But
was
yeah, I
awesome.
remember that. But I mean, I've always liked the New Day. I think we all, as wrestling fans, took them for granted that
Yeah.
they've been around for 10 years. Like, I didn't even realize
Yeah.
that. I was just like, oh, it's the New Day. They're always in the tag title picture.
Yeah.
Forever it was the New Day and the Usos.
Oh my God.
Um,
Every year.
And I mean, I really think we took them as a group for granted, all their fun segments and
Yeah.
stuff like. I know they haven't done much since Big E got hurt,
Yeah.
2 years ago. But
And I'm not taking it away from them. I mean, I might not be the biggest fan, but I can respect that they are one of the greatest tag teams or just factions
yeah,
in general of all time. in
tag
the
team
WWE.
and faction.
Yeah, like I can't ignore that fact because
I mean, you got through
yeah.
Kofi Mania.
Yeah.
The one thing I always thought they should have done that they never did is when two of them held the tag title, one of them should have held like the Intercontinental or U.S. title.
well, they did do when Kofi won the world title. A little bit after that, Big E and Xavier won the tag
Did they?
titles. Yeah,
That was what, 2019?
yeah, that was 2019.
That was a down year for wrestling.
Yeah.
I didn't watch much after WrestleMania. 'cause
yeah,
it
that
was,
yeah, neither did I really.
yeah, that was.
That was pretty bad.
We were on the until the Fiend came back
Oh my
at
God,
SummerSlam.
that saved my love
Yeah,
for wrestling.
It really did, because I remember I watched, what was that, Stomping Grounds
Oh
pay-per-view?
my God! I
And then
remember
Extreme Rules, it was Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans versus
that.
Seth and Becky
yeah.
as the main event, and I was just like, this is not Extreme Rules. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know. But yeah, so
back
when we
to the
went on,
segment.
yeah. So
Uh,
yeah, tell us about the segment. I know you watched it
Oh,
and
yeah.
have some opinions on it.
Like I said, it was like pulling at heartstrings of like people who especially been like New Day fans for so long. And basically New Day came out, obviously Woods and Kofi. They
Yeah.
came out, and also I'd like to add they had like a bunch of like memorabilia
Yeah.
from the New Day. They had Xavier's crown,
Yep.
like they're from King of the
The
Ring.
trumpet.
Yeah, they had Francesca.
Yeah.
I don't know which
The
one.
Bootios.
Oh my God! Yeah, they had the Bootio, the big Bootio box
Yeah.
that they came out.
Did they have the pancakes? I didn't see.
I don't remember. I think they might have had
No.
like something like that.
Yeah.
But they came out in like not very festive New Day.
No, they were
gear.
mad,
They were just in just dark suits.
and they were not happy when they came out. They were kind of like
They were just kind of like whatever. and-
hey, hi, how you doing?
Yeah,
And-
they came out and they said, like, we appreciate all the love and support
Yeah.
that we've gotten from all of you, but unfortunately, going forward for the New Day, and then y'all want to go big? Then say that. Big E's theme song hit.
Yeah.
And he got a loud pop. And Wade Barrett went nuts.
He did.
On the commentary table. Or not table, but he was on commentary. He was going nuts. And then Big E came out and he said, I can't watch you guys argue every single week. So I by here stand, I'll be your manager. Every single week I'll come out here and give you guys the power of positivity.
Yep.
And I thought that was gonna be cool. I thought that's how they were gonna do it.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's actually kind of cool. I'm actually kind of down for that.
Yeah.
And then
to see Big E walking is just the guy broke his neck and they said he might be paralyzed and all that. And now he's able to climb through a ring again.
Yeah.
Not even, I know he hasn't taken a bump or anything, but good for him.
Yeah, so he came out, he said that, and then Woods said, now you come back?
Yeah.
After all these weeks that me and Kofi have been arguing with each other, and we all thought it was just going to be Woods turning heel. But no, Kofi snapped at Big E also.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God.
Actually, one of the lines, he said, yeah, you broke your neck, so what? And it was like, Edge came back. Who else? He said Daniel Bryan broke his neck. He came back.
Stone Cold came back. He broke his neck. But hold on.
Man.
First off, with the Edge one, it took Edge 11 years to come back.
Yeah.
Chill on that.
Yeah.
But
he came back.
Yeah. He said, so what?
Yeah.
That was like, what? Okay, that's just being a hater. And Big E, he was like he was being so legit. He was like, dude, I broke my neck. What did you want me to do? And he was like, I felt so bad for Big E in that moment.
I know.
Like, they were being so mean. And then they said, well, tell them the truth. You're never going to be cleared to compete. And then they said, well, if you're never going to be cleared to compete, then get out of this ring. And then they
pulled a Mega Powers.
Yeah, they did the Rock and Roman thing that they did at the press conference. But,
so that was that.
Yeah, so New Day turned heel on Big E. That's crazy. I mean, technically.
So what's gonna happen now?
Technically they didn't break up.
No. So does Big E just go back to being on the pre-show with Jackie Redmond and Scott Stanford or whoever it is?
I don't know who it is. But here's my take. Or no, it's Wade Barrett.
Wade Barrett. Yeah.
Here's my take.
Oh, that's why he was so excited.
Yeah, that's what it was. I think Big E turns heel with me.
I was gonna say, I think it's eventually gonna. He's going to come out, they're going to be doing some heel antics, and I could see him, pulling the ref out of the ring.
Yeah.
Or, something like that.
Yeah, I think he turns heel with them, but I feel like that's not going to be, right away.
No.
But eventually. So, yeah, that was that segment. Crazy. New Day turning on Big E.
After that, an unknown assailant attacks Jey Uso backstage.
Yeah. And, it was so odd because they have, usually when they do, these backstage things, they're, on the ground. They're all, knocked out. Jay was, getting up. He was like, I'm all right.
It was post beatdown.
Yeah, he was like, I'm all right. It's okay. It's okay. It's all right.
And then
good.
After that, Gunther fought Dominic Mysterio.
Yeah.
Beat him. Yeah. And it was a very good match.
Yeah, that was a pretty good match. And, when Dom, he had he had him with the frog splash, the crowd was going nuts. They were like, yes!
They were cheering for him.
Yeah, they were cheering for him.
Now's the time. Turn Dominic face.
No, he can't turn.
He will be the most over face in the company whenever they turn him.
What? No.
You heard it here first.
They need to keep him heel. He's the most dirtiest. He's the dirtiest player
much
in the game.
Saying Shinsuke Nakamura win the U.S. title at Survivor Series. Make Dom Mysterio face Triple H. I know you're listening.
I don't think that Dom.
After that,
I also don't think Triple H is listening. Also Finn after the match. Finn.
Yeah, I was getting that. But go ahead.
Oh, I keep skipping over it. But yeah, Finn, he came out and beat up Gunther, and he basically gave him 3. I think he gave him 2 or 3 curb stomp. No.
Yeah.
A coup de grace.
Coup de grace.
And then when he was walking out, he was talking trash about Dom too, and he said, "Hopefully Dom learned his lesson now."
Yeah.
I don't understand what they're doing with the Judgment Day.
Neither do they. But I think it's all going to lead to, I'm hoping, Finn versus Dominic at WrestleMania.
I was thinking a triple threat, Dom, Damian, and Finn.
Demon Finn. Remember we said we want the Demon back.
And have Finn win, please.
Yeah. Make Finn win.
God, yes.
So after that, Sami Zayn asked Adam Pearce who attacked Jay.
And he said, I don't know.
He says, your guess is as good as mine. But
basically.
And then he said he's going to make Seth pay in the main event because he thought Seth did it.
Yes.
Then we get to Butch/Pete Dunne.
He doesn't like to be called Butch.
Versus R-Truth, and R-Truth beat him.
Yeah, but no shade to R-Truth, but Pete Dunne is an amazing wrestler, and we're putting him with feuds with R-Truth.
Well, I guess they're
and
waiting
we're having
for
to lose to R-Truth.
we're waiting for Tyler Bate to come back. Be
Yeah.
his tag team partner, I guess.
But they're having to lose to I mean, I love R-Truth, but still, they're having Pete Dunne lose to R-Truth. I don't know, man.
So following
They're
that,
doing dirty.
Adam Pearce told Finn that he would get a world title shot against Gunther at Saturday night's main event.
They only had 1 week to build up to the show, so they're ranking up matches quick.
And then he also said that next week, which would be tonight,
yes,
him and JD will defend tag titles.
Yes.
He didn't say against who though.
Yeah. I think we're Raiders, maybe.
No.
Because
we'll find out tonight.
Because when they were backstage, like he said, he was talking about the War Raiders, so like they were kind of hinting at that.
Yeah.
But it's probably just gonna be the War Raiders.
Then we get to the main event, which was Seth Rollins versus Sami Zayn.
This match was pretty decent, nothing special.
Yeah.
I do like the ending though. If you were probably gonna talk about
obviously, take it away.
What
happened in the end?
Well, I was talking about like the end of the actual match, and then I'll get into
it all. Take it away, man.
So, Sami Zayn, he was like really mad at Seth, and he grabbed a chair from like the timekeeper's area, and he was about to hit Seth with it, and Seth was like, "Why are you doing this?" And he said, "I know you attacked Jay." And he said, "Obviously, I wouldn't do it. You know, I'm not like that. We've known each other for years." And he said, "Use your head." And then he put down the chair, and then Seth rolled him up. And just dirty heel tactics there. And Sammy, he was all upset. And Seth, he tried to shake his hand, but he was like, "Nah, it's okay." So Seth left. Sammy was left in the ring, all disappointed. And then he turns around, gets him with a Claymore kick.
Drew's back.
Drew McIntyre. He prayed for this to happen, and guess what happened? It did.
It did. So, real fast, if Seth Rollins didn't attack everybody backstage, who did?
Drew.
I got my guess. CM Punk attacked Jay backstage.
Another thing, Seth said, did you ask Punk? And Sammy was like, he didn't answer him.
Yeah.
It
was CM Punk did it. I don't know. I'm hoping it wasn't just because I want him and Seth to fight at WrestleMania. But if he's going to fight Roman at WrestleMania, it makes sense for him to attack Jay.
What if they do Punk and Rollins? What is Punk a face or a heel?
I guess he would be a face since Seth's turning heel now.
Maybe they're doing a reverse.
Yeah, maybe. And Seth could be like, "See, you trusted this guy, you love him, and look what he did."
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Maybe they do like a triple threat, Roman, Punk, and Rollins.
That'd be cool.
I really don't see that coming. But what's your rating for Raw this week?
It's a 4.9 out of 5.
Oh my god!
It was really good.
4.9. Oh my god!
Because it had everything.
Yeah.
Really.
It was very good.
The only thing it was missing was an actual tag team match, right? I know they had a women's tag team match.
Oh, yeah, they had a women's tag match.
That's it.
Yeah, it was very good.
That's the only thing that left it from being a complete show.
Good at building up stories or just matches.
Well, yeah, and they had to hit big the show after Survivor Series.
Yeah,
and they did.
Show of like leading up to.
Yeah, they didn't.
The only week they have to build up to that.
They didn't miss at all. So yeah,
like
the closest. Since we've been doing this podcast, best Raw.
Yeah.
That we've had so far. I'm not giving it a 5 because it was missing.
Yeah.
A little something.
Yeah.
But I still give it a 4.9.
I give it a 4.5. I mean, that 4.9 is very good. I just think that, it was very good. I just don't, I think 4.5 is fair enough. So.
It was. Well, either way, it was a great episode of Raw. I'm excited for tonight. Tonight is looking to be a good card, too.
Yeah.
So
he gives it a 4.9. I give it a 4.5. But now, let's jump in to Friday Night SmackDown. All right, it is now time to talk about the Blue Brand SmackDown, which was also very good this week. They were in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
It was.
And, yeah, so this was a very good show. I don't know if it was as good as Raw, but we will talk about that. We'll give you our ratings once we're done talking about it. But, yeah, so let's start off the show. Hand it over to you.
What started off the show was Jacob Fatu super kicking poor security guard.
And Apollo.
Yeah, Apollo. Apollo's just trying to put his bag through the conveyor belt. Next thing you know, he gets super kicked.
Why is he even there?
Well,
He hasn't been booked in
It's
like
better
3
than
months.
sitting in catering, so at least he got something.
No, they probably went. Triple H probably went to cater and he said, "Hey,
you.
Any of you guys want to get just get like 2 seconds of screen time
The
tonight?"
local jobbers, he said, throw security shirts on, and yeah, those guys are beating you up.
Yeah, he said, Giovanni Vinci, Paulo,
Yeah.
which one of you guys wants to get beat up
Yeah.
by Jacob?
Giovanni was talking 2 weeks ago to Carmelo, so Apollo,
Yeah.
it's your turn. So then we go into the arena. The American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, kicks off SmackDown and is interrupted by Chad Gable and American Made.
That was so random. Oh, no, it wasn't random. Cause...
Very well-established SmackDown superstars, right? Chad Gable and American Made.
No, it's because Chad's from Minneapolis.
Oh, okay.
And he came out and he said, "Listen, Cody, I know these people, and they are like they're like very simple-minded or whatever, something like that."
And then Cody Rhodes said that he was Shorty G and he was Stardust,
the most underrated character of all time. Fight me, I don't care.
Led to Cody telling Chad Gable to talk to Nick Aldis about booking him for a match. Because he's been on SmackDown a lot lately, Chad Gable, I guess.
Yes, he has.
Still don't understand it.
But they've been doing it throughout the entire night. They did with Gunther and Dom. Like, Nick Aldis, they're doing like this thing where I guess there's no brand split.
I wish they would tell us. Because
yeah.
I'm getting excited thinking, like, who's Cody going to fight tonight? Is it going to be Carmelo again? Maybe Andrade? Somebody cool? And then I love Chad Gable. I mean, I got an American Alpha shirt on.
Yeah.
I got nothing against him. I just don't understand. I mean, I do, but I don't.
I do, but I don't.
So then we lead to our first match. We're predicting Chris. Giving it to me again.
I can't believe you.
Tiffany Stratton beats Naomi and Elektra Lopez in the U.S. title tournament.
Personally, I thought Elektra Lopez was going to win this match.
I know you said you thought Naomi was going far.
I thought Naomi was going to win.
Was that your pick?
No. Wait, no. I thought no, not win. I thought she was going to the finals.
Yeah, I thought she was going to fight Bayley in the finals.
Yeah.
But nope, Tiffany Stratton pulls out the dub, and
because
it was a good enough match.
They only did it because she's from Minnesota.
Yeah, she got a huge pop when she came out.
Yeah, because she's from Minnesota. That's the only reason. I'm telling you, that's the only reason that she won. But yeah, I don't think she's gonna make it far in this tournament. There's no way she's winning it. By the way.
Well, I guess we'll see. Then Street Profits get beat up backstage. Wonder who did that.
I wonder who did that. We'll talk
that
about
later.
that.
Bianca Belair fights Piper Niven and beats her.
Yep, that match was.
It was kind of just there.
It was so bad.
Next,
so boring.
Shinsuke came out with the U.S. title. LA Knight interrupted him.
Yeah, I called it. I knew he was going to get interrupted because I said there's no way Shinsuke Nakamura is having a promo.
No.
Because no offense whatsoever.
He's not a guy that can have a promo in the ring. He needs to have like the cool comic book like stuff coming up.
I was gonna say,
I like it better when he speaks in Japanese.
That's what I was gonna say.
With the subtitles, it makes it look like he's really, really cool when they do that.
Yeah,
like him just coming to the ring and like saying like, "All right, I'm fighting LA Knight next." Like it doesn't like the whole thing with the comic book like.
Don't speak English.
Yeah, well, that's what he used to do. Need to face.
Need to face.
So right after that, Andrade came out and said he wanted his shot against Shinsuke. And before they could do anything, Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu. And I thought it was funny when they beat the hell out of LA Knight and Andrade, and then they look over at Shinsuke and he's like spitting out his black mist.
Yeah, well, I was like, what?
And,
they were like,
and
like
Jacob's face, he was
like, what the heck is wrong with this guy? Also, speaking of the bloodline, Jimmy Uso, Bronson Reed, and Tonga are out.
Oh yeah, they gave the injuries
Yeah.
earlier on, which...
Ladies and gentlemen, this is horrible. Tonga Loa, the greatest
tore
wrestler.
His bicep. The guy that literally got into the match, tried to put a table under the ring and couldn't do it. Is that when he tore his bicep?
No, Punk he was like bashing with the toolbox.
I think that's a kayfabe way, because he literally came into the ring, got hit with the toolbox, laid on the corner of the ring for literally... I think he's still there. Somebody go to Vancouver and see if Tonga Loa is still laying in the ring. Because the guy didn't do anything the entire match. That'd be like saying I'd tear my bicep like going outside playing basketball with you. Like
he missed his cue.
Yeah.
He did during one of the spots.
He missed everything and he still tore his bicep. Poor guy. I mean, hey, he's getting paid. Good for him. But
poor Camacho.
So, next was... Frankie, you want to take it away? What was the next match?
The next match was the Motor City Machine Guns defending their tag team championships against DIY, the greatest tag team that has ever walked this earth.
What?
But now, as you can see, I'm wearing a WrestleMania 40. If you want to see, I was their shirt because I did go to WrestleMania 40.
He was there.
And the second match of the night was the ladder match for the undisputed tag team titles. And the team that I was very much rooting for to win was DIY. And ever since then, I've wanted them to win the tag titles. And they did. They beat A-Town Down Under in like May or June.
Yeah.
And they held the titles for 30 days.
And Jacob and Tonga beat him.
That was the saddest day of my life.
I actually really like how the SmackDown tag titles have moved around a little bit.
Yeah.
Because you know how Triple H loves to just keep the title or titles on one person and just... So they've changed hands now, what, like 4 times since WrestleMania?
Yeah, and then after that, it was the saddest day of my life, and I've been depressed ever since. They've had so many opportunities, and they just kept losing and losing and losing, and I thought I'd lost hope of DIY.
And then we thought, well, I didn't think. I always had a feeling that Johnny was going to turn, but...
we talked about it last week on the podcast.
And we thought that they were going to break up. They're basically the new Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, if you think about it. Because, they've broken up, got back together. Team's breaking up only to win tag titles. It's literally like the blueprint of Kevin and Sami. Which I got no problem with.
And DIY, ladies and gentlemen, the whole match, Tommaso Ciampa, he was getting mad at Johnny because he wouldn't hit Alex Shelley. Because they're
his
like,
buddy.
Yeah, they've been friends for like 20 years or whatever. Yeah. And... my goodness, Tommaso Ciampa slid in a chair into the ring. Yep. The referee was distracted, and Johnny Wrestler with the low blow to Alex Shelley, and he got him with the low blow. It was absolutely insane. I went nuts. I was like, oh my god. Yeah. And then he went over to Tommaso with a massive smirk on his face.
Tagged him in.
And he said, well, that worked.
Yep.
Tagged them in, meet in the middle, new tag team champions, DIY, the greatest tag team of all time, the greatest tag team champions of all time. And that was the greatest SmackDown moment of all time. I'm telling you, you can't prove me wrong. That was amazing. That was spectacular. DIY for hashtag DIY for life. Who cares about the NWO for life? Hashtag DIY for life. Thank you very much.
So I can't really top that. That's what happened in the match. DIY won, if you couldn't tell. Then we go to Kevin Owens, who's supposed to have an interview with Michael Cole. He refused to enter the arena.
Oh my god.
So Michael Cole went into his car. It was really funny. He kicked Michael Cole out of the car. Michael Cole was trying to talk to him when he rolled the window up. Kevin's such a great heel.
Kevin and Michael Cole, their interactions are always hilarious. Because Michael's just trying to be, just a mature guy.
Yeah, a journalist.
Yeah, he's just trying to be a
journalist. Broadcastive journalism.
He's just trying to do his job, and then Kevin just bullies him.
Now we go to the main event, which was Cody Rhodes versus SmackDown stalwart Chad Gable. Still don't understand it. But it was an awesome match. I really enjoyed it. Chad, I told Frankie this last year, the 3 best wrestlers in WWE right now, Gunther, Chad Gable, and Dominic Mysterio. I might add Braun Breaker to that because at the time he was still on NXT.
Yeah.
But awesome match. At the end, Kevin Owens showed up. See, I liked how Chad worked over his ankle the whole match.
Yes.
And then...
he took his boot off.
Yeah, and then when Kevin came in, he immediately started beating up his ankle.
And Cody, he did a Cody cutter off the...
Crazy.
Yeah, he did a Cody cutter
with one shoe.
With a sock on.
I know.
How did he not Slim? Like, that's crazy.
He's Cody Rhodes.
But yeah, so like I said before with the Chad Gable thing, they also had like Gunther and Dominic Mysterio there also. And oh wait, Chad Gable, Gunther, and Dominic Mysterio.
That's why great week of wrestling. All three of them were involved heavily. Actually, all three of them were, I know it wasn't the main event. I was going to say all three of them were in the main event, but
yeah. But one thing that I do want to add, which I guess it wasn't on there, Nick Aldis was talking to Gunther backstage, and Carmelo Hayes, he came over. He was like, "You got time for Gunther, but not for me." He's not even on SmackDown.
yeah.
So he said to Nick Aldis, why don't I get a shot, like, at the title or whatever? Because I fought Cody Rhodes. I should get a rematch. He was like, what? No, you lost. And whatever. And then he said, next week, I got just the right opponent for you. So I don't know who that's going to be.
I don't know either.
I really don't know. Maybe like a John Cena?
Well,
I don't know. But yeah, so that also happened. But yeah, so Cody vs. Chad was also a banger of a match too.
Two great workers.
Yeah, Chad can he can make a match amazing. He always does. And like, I mean, they've been burying him. I know we talked about it like a few weeks ago on the podcast. They've been burying like American Made and Chad Gable, but he always stands out. He always has a banger match, and that's what I love about him.
He's very reliable. And I like it.
Yeah, I love.
So, what would you rate SmackDown there? Seeing they had the greatest moment in the history of SmackDown history of the World Wrestling Entertainment Federation history.
Yes, in the comments, I want hashtag DIY for life in the comments. So, comment down below that.
What would you rate it?
I'd rate it. I'm gonna say this was a very good episode of SmackDown. I'm gonna rate it a 4 out of 5. Just
4 out of 5.
Just a 4 out of 5. I think it was really good.
I agree. 4 out of 5 is good.
I don't think it gets quite a 4 point anything.
No, because nothing really like crazy happened.
Oh, something crazy happened.
Well, besides that, but no, it was what it needed to be.
Yeah.
Obviously, Roman not being on it always hurts.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's good to keep him like spaced off of.
Yeah.
You don't want to see him every week.
Yeah, it was. I think it was fine for him.
I think he should actually like him and Paul and all that shouldn't pick up again until probably after the first of the year. No reason for
about Raw on Netflix?
Well, that's what,
that
I'm
is.
saying.
Yeah.
And that'll probably be where it starts. So I think after Saturday's main event, I think they're taped because the SmackDowns and Raws because Triple H lets his roster go home for Christmas, which is nice of him.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah.
Well, they'll probably do. Last year they didn't. They just had like a best of the year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It'll probably be like that.
They've done it the past ever since Triple H took over. That's what they've done.
So I'm also giving it a 4 out of 5. But great show. Great week of wrestling.
Yeah,
overall. Amazing
week of wrestling. But yeah, we do just want to very briefly talk about Deadline last night, which was also very good. Just like how we said. Great week of wrestling.
Yeah.
The Deadline match, both men's and women's. Did you get to watch the women's match?
I did not. Who won?
Julia won.
Oh, nice. That's my girl, Julia.
Yeah,
I found her like a year ago online, and I showed Frank. I'm like, look at this crazy girl from Japan. Yeah. I was like, she like is in the same company that Asuka and Kairi Sane and all them were in.
Yeah.
I was like, I think she's coming over. I know AEW tried real hard to get her.
Yeah.
And it didn't work out, and now she's putting on bangers in NXT. So good for Julia.
So that was well, I'm just gonna go to that was the main event, the women's Deadline match, and it was very good. They they had her. It was her, Stephanie Vaquer. Who else was in it? Sol Ruca.
I saw that.
And I'm forgetting, but there was Zarya. And the girl from New Quarter Catch Crew, Ren Sinclair or whatever, something like that. And she got, the girl from New Quarter Catch Crew, she got, like, pinned, like, 5 times.
Yeah.
By, like, everybody, but it did eventually lead to everybody having a point with, like, 30 seconds left. And then Julia, pinned, she pinned, I think, Stephanie, or no, I forget who she pinned. I think she pinned Zarya, and then there was, like, 5 seconds left. And, what's her name? Stephanie Vaquer, gave her a roll-up, but then there wasn't enough time.
No.
So, Julia won.
I know the men's Obafemi.
Yes!
Obafemi won, and Javon Evans almost won at the end, which was pretty cool.
Oh, that was awesome.
But Obafemi had the double chokeslam, double pin.
Yeah, that was
awesome. To get three falls. That was cool.
That was incredible.
really the awesome match was the tag team championship.
Oh my god.
Axiom and Nate Frazier.
Fraxium versus No Quarter Cash
Yeah,
Crew. Was
that match was
amazing.
crazy. Axiom and Nate Frazier
Yeah.
retained.
But
What else happened?
something I like to take out of that match. Miles Bourne is an amazing wrestler.
He reminds me of a young, more athletic Randy Orton.
Yeah, that was really a showcase of like how
Yeah,
good he
It
is.
was good. And then who was it? Ridge fought Trick.
Yeah, that match was very boring.
Who won? Trick.
Trick won.
I stopped watching after the tag match, but
Yeah, but Trick won. You didn't miss much, but yeah.
so I
that
can't
match
really
was
rate it. Well, after what I saw the first two matches and they were awesome.
good. Yeah, it was a very
So
good show.
I mean, out of that, I give it a 4.5 out of 5.
Yeah,
But
the NXT pay-per-view never, or
No.
I was about to say never deliver, but never
No,
not deliver.
they always stand
They always
and deliver.
deliver. Yes, they always stand and deliver. That's what I'm talking about. But yeah, so
Shawn Michaels is the man,
Yeah, he was
obviously.
a
He's got a
really
good
amazing booker.
good crew around him too.
Yeah.
William Regal being back obviously helps.
yeah,
That's like a top team out
Mhm.
there. HBK and William Regal booking NXT.
yep. So that was our review on SmackDown, and also just a brief review on NXT Deadline. So yeah, now we are going to jump into some trivia. All right, we are now jumping into trivia. Finally back with trivia. I haven't done it
That's right.
since episode
Frankie's
1.
3 for 3 so far. Let's see if he can keep his streak going.
Yeah, so he's asked me the questions again, and the topic is Saturday night's main event because this upcoming Saturday is Saturday night's main event, and it's like, I don't think it's a Premium Live event,
I don't know
I
what
think-
it is, but I'm excited for it, whatever it is.
Yeah,
It's on
on-
NBC.
and NBC.
So it's like the old
and
school one.
It's also on Peacock as
Yeah.
well.
Yep.
But yeah, so I'm also going to Saturday night's main event.
It's gonna
So
be fun.
I don't have it on. I'm not gonna watch it on NBC or Peacock.
No, I will. Maybe I'll see him on TV. I'll wave to
but
him.
maybe if
You wave back.
Yeah.
All right. So we're getting into it.
It's gonna be really fun though. But what's the first question you got for me?
All right. In 1992, they had the last Saturday night's main event. Who won the Intercontinental title and what was the match?
It was British Bulldog versus Shawn Michaels for the Intercontinental Championship, and Shawn Michaels defeated the British Bulldog.
So Frankie is 1 for 1.
It's correct.
All right. Going off of that, the last Saturday night's main event was in 1992 until what was the year that the Saturday night's main event returned?
2008.
Oh man, Frankie.
Oh wait, no, wait.
Frankie.
Oh no, it was 2006. It was 2006.
It was 2006.
No, don't give me the point for that. Dang it.
Half. I guess you get half a point. I feel like
They
you
had
won.
it in 2008 as well.
Oh yeah, they did.
They did. I was
So,
thinking of that. No, you don't.
eh.
You don't have to give me the point for that.
No.
You can give me half or whatever.
All right, he gets half a point.
Half a point.
Because I feel like he knew it was gonna be 06 and 08 came out.
No. I was thinking because they did one in 08 also.
Yeah, and 07.
I was thinking of the 08 one because
No.
oh my god, I knew that.
So I don't know. Let us know in the
Oh.
comments if it counts as
Yeah.
a W or an L.
Yeah, W or L.
That's just contested right now.
Yeah.
All right. So the last question, I think this is pretty easy for you. You're gonna get it.
I'm so upset about that.
In late April 1991, they had a battle royal. Who won the battle royal?
Mr. Perfect, and he eliminated Greg the Hammer Valentine.
Yes, he did.
There was no reason. The final three were like, wasn't it Shawn Michaels,
Yeah.
Mr.
Rocker
Perfect,
Shawn Michaels,
Rocker
not even
Shawn
Heartbreak Kid.
Michaels, Greg the Hammer Valentine, and Mr. Perfect.
Yeah.
When you had Hulk Hogan, Earthquake, was Undertaker in
He
that?
was.
Undertaker. You had
LOD.
LOD. You had so
Heart
many
Foundation.
They weren't in it.
They weren't.
No, Bret Hart fought Ted DiBiase later on.
Oh, that's right. See, I should have asked you that
right.
instead of which year. Now let's ask Frankie again. Let's see if he remembers. 1992 was the last year. Until what year?
Is this a bonus question?
It is a bonus question. Do or die.
What? Wait. Did you just tell me this?
Oh, let's see if he remembers.
It's 2006.
There he goes.
Wait,
He
that
got
doesn't
it.
count.
All or
That doesn't
nothing.
count. That does not count. No.
So next week, when we do a trivia, Frankie will get 4 questions,
Yes.
and the last one will be to redeem for this week.
Wait, it's gonna be the same question.
I don't know.
Oh God. Okay.
Tune in next week to find out.
Yeah, we'll see you next week. So let us know if I should get half a point or if I should just get
Or if he should go all or nothing next week.
Yeah, let us know in the comments. Give us if you want, you can put the timestamp and then just tell us if what should be the decision of the points. But I'm really disappointed in myself about that.
It happens, man.
Yeah, but
putting you on the spot, and sometimes you know one thing and words come out another thing, and it's part of life.
Yeah, but yeah, so I got 2 really correct.
2.5, maybe 3 out of 3, maybe 2.5 out of 3.
It's up for you guys to decide that in the comments.
And now, I think I'm ready to go play a game in the arcade. What do you think?
Yeah, we gotta go do the arcade segment. So let's see, we got a new game this time. So
I'm going right now.
Oh, okay. Let's jump in. Let's jump into it right now. All right, guys, this is now time for the arcade segment of the podcast. And today, the arcade game that we will be showcasing to you today is WWF WrestleMania, the arcade game. And so this came out in what year? 1993 or 94?
94.
94. And no, it's a very limited roster. But here's the roster. We have Doink the Clown, The Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, Bret the Hitman Hart, Lex Luger, Bam Bam Bigelow, Yokozuna, and Razor Ramon. Obviously not as many people as, like 2K. But, pretty stacked roster, like the best, 8 guys that they had in 1994. We're just going to do a quick little showcase here of what you can do. So if you want to show them here, you can do select their title. You can do Intercontinental Championship or the World Wrestling Federation.
Well, fun fact, that's the hardness of it. So if you do the IC title, it's a little easier.
Yeah. Oh, that's actually
World
really
title
cool.
is a little harder.
Yeah, so we're just going to do a quick showcase. Oh my god, that is awesome. They have a little thing. There's their logos. That is really cool. Whoa, this is really cool. I've never actually played this before, so that's really cool. The gameplay is very smooth. My god. For 1994, these graphics and the gameplay are actually really, really good. But yeah, that is our show. Oh, he's got a bat! Oh my god, this is insane. But yeah, that is our showcase of WrestleMania, the arcade game. But now, back to the studio. Alright guys, so that was our showcase of WWF WrestleMania, the arcade game. And so
I've played a lot of hours in my life on that game.
Yeah, so that was our showcase of the arcade segment this week. But now we are going to jump in to rebook it.
Rebook it.
Alright, so this week's rebook it, I'm going to be asking Chris to rebook something. He doesn't even know.
I literally have no. He literally walked from here to there and said I have it, and I have no idea.
Alright, so what my rebook it thing is for Chris today is, what if Lex Luger beat Yokozuna at WrestleMania 10 instead of Bret Hart?
All right, well, backstory to this, they actually had a scenario where Lex won because they filmed 2 episodes of Superstars that were supposed to air after WrestleMania 10 with Lex coming out with the world title, which if you look on YouTube or anywhere online, you'll see it. It's a really cool, shot of him wearing the this bad boy.
Yeah.
So what if Lex Luger beat Yokozuna at WrestleMania 10?
What would just basically be the rest? You could do the rest of the year or up to WrestleMania 11.
I would say following that, one of 2 things would happen. The logical thing would be that Owen Hart would still win King of the Ring. Lex Luger would beat Diesel at King of the Ring. Bret would get into a feud, I don't know, maybe still with Yokozuna.
Wait, so this would probably mean that Lex would fight Yoko last.
Yes.
Yeah, so then Bret just fights him earlier in the night. So, so they were just swap matches. So.
Yeah. I know, I just had an idea come to me in the middle of this. I still think Owen and Bret would have their feud.
Yeah,
I still think they would fight in the cage match at SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
I really think that Lex would feud with Diesel.
Oh,
and I think that would be incredible. Or Shawn fights Lex. That was my other thought. Either Diesel or Shawn fight Lex at SummerSlam. So for argument's sake, let's say he fights Diesel at King of the Ring. And Shawn, who lost the Intercontinental title to Razor at SummerSlam 94.
WrestleMania.
Oh, I'm sorry. Diesel lost the Intercontinental.
Yeah, Diesel.
Shawn wasn't doing anything at the time, which is why he would be a perfect candidate to fight Lex Luger at SummerSlam 94, in which Luger retains.
Yeah.
And then I think I would do it on a Raw. Give Big D the title on Raw.
Really? Wait, so like
After
before Survivor Series?
After Survivor Series, because that's when him and Shawn had their argument, and he basically turned on him. And I know that they did the title change at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, I mean, at least it's better.
Well, we don't have to worry. We don't have to worry about Bob Backlund in this equation. So Lex keeps the title, and let's just say it's a random December episode of Raw '94. Big D, boom, 1, 2, 3, jackknife. Diesel holds the title going into WrestleMania 11. Everything stays the same from there.
Yeah, that's very
Shawn still wins the Rumble. Only thing I would do would probably turn Lex heel. I wouldn't put him with British Bulldog to fight the Blue Brothers.
So who would he fight at WrestleMania?
I think he would end up fighting either Razor Ramon or
ooh, I like that.
Bret Hart.
I mean,
and then he could do the thing where it was, they won the Royal Rumble the year before. Like Bret could eliminate him in the '95 Royal Rumble. Now you got Bret and Lex, or he goes after Razor and Lex.
I think Bret and Lex would be cool.
It would.
And so Lex would.
So we basically just replaced we replaced Bob Backlund with Lex Luger, which I understand why, but I like
put it on somebody else.
One of the mysteries of the new gen to me is why would you give Bob Backlund so much time on TV when it was supposed to be the new gen?
Yeah.
I understand that it led to Diesel being the guy, but that's my rebook it. How'd I do?
That's very good. And also, I just wanted to add one thing. I mean, Bret also wasn't doing much at WrestleMania 11.
Oh my! He was playing Bob Backlund again.
Bob Backlund.
They love Bob Backlund, and another match.
He was a business guy.
If you're having trouble falling asleep, I encourage you to watch the WrestleMania 11 Bob Backlund versus Bret Hart I Quit match. And if that doesn't work, just go back to their Survivor Series match. And before you know it, it'll be 10 a.m. You'll sleep through every single one of your alarms.
Yeah. The Bret Hart matches are so boring.
And then add in Bob Backlund, and it's like...
yeah. Yeah, so I think you did pretty good with your rebook it this time. And now we're going to move on to our top 3 moments of professional wrestling this week. All right, it's now time to move on to our top 3 moments. Top 3, we're like the Dudley Boys.
It's a 3D triple threat.
3D's triple threat. Yeah, so, our top 3 moments of professional wrestling this week. And, Chris, you're going to start off first. What's your number 3 moment of professional wrestling this week?
My number 3 moment is just Oba Femi.
Oh, my God, yeah.
He wasn't even booked for the match. And then he came out and just destroyed everybody and everything. I thought his moment with Ethan Page in the penalty box was really cool.
That was hilarious.
And then, like we touched on earlier, the double choke slam, double pin.
Yeah.
He gets my number 3.
Poor Eddie Thorpe.
Oh, yeah. Poor guy. Number 2, Cody and Chad Gable match. Thought it was a good match with the shoe coming off. And
oh, my God. That was incredible. That
and
was
then
insane.
Kevin Owens coming out at the end, leading up to Saturday night's main event. I think, I really like that. Number 1, I know you're probably going to disagree with me, leaving something off the list. My number 1 was the Punk and Rollins interaction. Yeah.
Really?
Yep, that's right. I liked that more than the Big E and New Day segment. Just because I feel like they've been building to this for, basically a year now. So I thought it was really well done. And if it was the kickoff to their feud for WrestleMania, I thought it was done perfectly.
Yeah.
So, those are my top 3. What are your top 3?
Well, my number 3 is kind of like the same thing as yours, but I just say there was just the one spot in the match, the double pin that Oba Femi did.
Yeah.
That's my number 3. I thought that was really cool.
It was.
The double pin I thought was awesome. Because it was so, clever.
Creative.
I didn't see it coming at all.
That's Shawn Michaels booking.
Yeah.
Him and, I bet you William Regal thought of that.
Yeah. But, I mean, really, I could have put, the entire show, because that entire show was amazing.
It was awesome.
That was, the one part of the show that really stood out for me. Number 2 is your number 1. The whole Seth, Punk, Sammy promo.
That whole thing.
All that stuff was, good. And also, I was considering putting Drew for number 3, but I had to put Oba Femi. But yeah, number 2 is definitely that whole promo. That was really, really good. And then number 1, obviously, DIY
Oh,
winning
God.
the tag team titles.
So neither of us had the New Day on.
Oh my God, I completely forgot about the New Day.
They get an honorable mention.
Actually, hold up. That would be my number 3.
Yeah.
I completely forgot about the New Day. But no, I mean, yeah, unfortunately, that would have to be my number 3 because I completely forgot about that.
DIY stole the show.
That's still number 1. I'm not putting
that might be his
on.
number 1 moment of the year.
It is right there. No, Wyatt Six coming back.
Yeah,
It's probably my number 1
so
debuting.
that's the episode this week.
But there's a valuable lesson that we learned from this episode that DIY is the greatest tag team of all time, greatest tag team champions of all time, and then when they won, they became that was the greatest SmackDown moment of all time. Not just the year, not just the month, not just the decade of all time. Any SmackDown moment, DIY winning the tag titles, greatest SmackDown moment of all time. You can't think of a better one. He can't. You can't.
I probably could, but I can't.
Exactly. And so, like I said, hashtag DIY for life. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say.
So that's our episode.
That was episode 4 of the
It
Awesome
was a
Wrestling
good one
Podcast.
in the
Very
books.
good one.
Another one in the
Another
books.
one in the books. And then next week, episode 5. That'll be a big one, big episode.
Exciting times in the wrestling world, and we're here every week to tell you about it.
We'll be talking about Saturday Night's Main Event when it went down there. And also, we'll probably be doing a Saturday Night's Main Event prediction video.
Yeah, probably on Friday.
Yeah, probably maybe Friday or Thursday, one of the two.
One of the days.
And we'll probably put it out Saturday or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, so look out for that later this week, just like we do with the War Games ones.
Yeah.
So it's like back-to-back weeks. Or no, it was 2. No,
a lot of podding going on, man.
Yeah, a lot of podding going on.
A lot of filming.
Yeah, so, but it's really fun for us, and I hope you guys also enjoy it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was episode 4 of the Awesome Wrestling Podcast, and as always, I'm Frankie.
I'm Chris.
And we are signing out. Peace!